Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show on this Friday, January the 6th, 2023. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to have you guys here. Now, we're going to get started right away. I'm going to open up the charts right here. Take a look at what's going on. Well, we're looking at an article in Zero Hedge by Jim Rickards. And it says, let's get real about Ukraine. And I happen to agree with this article. It's kind of long, but it goes on to talk about who they think is winning and losing in the war. I don't think anybody's losing or winning. Everybody's a loser in this war, but it just seems like for months and months and months, hasn't been much real movement back or forth. And I know there's a lot of propaganda. One side says, oh, we're winning, and the other side says, oh, we're winning. But I don't see much movement. So because of that, I don't think anybody really, there's not much, except for running out of ammunition, both sides. They're consuming tremendous amounts of ammunition. And it's brought out here in this article how during this what's called special military operation that the real big winners are it says a great deal for the military-industrial complex. Oh, I guess it is. It seems every week or so, the U.S. announces new multi-million-dollar packages of aid for Ukraine. These aid packages fall into two categories. Some are financial transfers to keep the oligarchs in Ukraine supplied with funds to keep their government going. Others consist of weapons, including drones, missile batteries, long-range artillery. I guess it's many billions of dollars, and it says the real winners of these weapons transfers will be the U.S. defense contractors, like Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, who are getting the money to build new advanced systems. So what do they do is these weapon systems are most likely probably the older weapon systems. They send them the older weapon systems, and then they build new weapon systems. And they keep the new weapon systems, and they let Ukraine have the older weapon systems. But the real danger in all this points out here is if they keep this escalation going like on and on and on and on, it says if the United States foolishly continues to escalate to the bitter end in order to stave off a Ukrainian defeat, and Russia's committed now to 500,000 troops. Russia's committed, totally committed to this project. And Russia's a country 10 times bigger than Ukraine. And they got nuclear arsenals, well. And if the U.S. continues to support Ukraine in this position, ultimately to the bitter end, then it gets down to the point where it says here, we may be sleepwalking into a nuclear confrontation. That's what it says here. The great danger could arise the U.S. foolishly continues to escalate to the bitter end in order to stave off a Ukrainian defeat. He says, I'm not predicting this will happen, but things could escalate to the point where tactical nuclear weapons are employed out of desperation. From that point, it's a short step toward the broader use of strategic nuclear weapons. So, this is slowly but surely the direction they're pointing in instead of peace. Now, they talked about just today, they got Russia says, okay, we got Christmas time. We want a ceasefire. And so they declared a ceasefire right now, right? But the Ukrainians are already, both sides are already lobbing shells at one another today. They're in a ceasefire, so it's not really a ceasefire. Anyway, so this war is obnoxious, to say the least. And it's a danger of escalating the world toward nuclear conflict. Silver price today, we're seeing silver go up today, $23.75. It's been around $24 lately, but it took a little drop. But now she's going back up again today. Let me see, get the gold chart. Let 'em. 'Cause have to expand this in order to get my gold. Let me see here. Silver, historical. Live charts, gold. There we go. 1862. Now I'll shrink it back down again. 1862 for gold. And it's going up today too. $29 to the upside today. Let's take a look at crypto for a minute. Bitcoin is at 16,815. And we have Ethereum at 1,257 right now. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 489 points at 33,419. What's this market going to do? What's the Dow going to do? What is the S&P 500? What are the markets going to actually do? It's been a long time now. The Fed's been gouging. And I'm surprised. I expected downturn earlier. But they're continuing to gouge, and they're going to continue. They're looking at maybe going as high as interest rates of 7%. They'll not get away with this stuff. Eventually, we're going to get a really sharp downturn in the markets, and it might come suddenly because it's been delayed for a long time. Something's going to have to turn the Feds and change their direction in this quantitative tightening too at $95 billion a month. I haven't looked. For the last couple months, I haven't looked at the Fed's balance sheet, but I imagine it's undergoing a reduction right now. They never get away with that, guys. Not for very long, anyway. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. At 3,859, it's up 51 points on the day. Now let's going to take a look at oil, and oil's up $1.17 at 74.84. Today. We saw a peak in oil. It went up to $120 in 2022. Last year. Which is not that long ago, really, but last year, about the middle of the year, it went up to $120, and we saw oil was really high at the pump, But now it's down 74.84 today. Bonds and rates today, we're looking at falling yields today, and it's quite substantial. The U.S. 10 years fell 13 basis points. It stands at 3.58, and the U.S. 30 years is 3.7, and it's fell 8.9 basis points on the day so far. And let's take a look at the dollar index. It's at 104.35, and it's started to fall here this morning. It was up at 105.52, a whole penny higher. And earlier, and it's now fell down, and it's continuing to fall quite sharply. And we see the normal reaction for when gold falls. When the dollar falls, dollar index falls, we see at the exact same time we see gold rising. That's normal. Okay, guys, because gold and the dollar are opposites. If gold is worth more, the dollar's worth less. If the dollar's worth less, gold is worth more. And it's just the opposite, Okay, listen, thank you guys for listening to my show. Like and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Have a great day. Bye-bye.